Hey, this is John Carlos, and I'm here with a look at the Hot Toys 6-scale figure of Princess Leia from The Empire Strikes Back. Hoth Leia is my favorite version of Leia in all the Star Wars movies. So yeah, I'm pretty excited that Hot Toys has made this figure. And just like from the get-go, I got no complaints as far as like the overall look of the outfit, the translation of her into 6-scale form. I just love it. So yeah, let's just dive in for a closer look. So you can see some of the details of the outfit. The puffiness of the vest is appropriate. It is kind of squishy in all the right ways. The little cross pattern going across the little front sections here look good. The tailoring on the pants looks great. The little thigh pads look good. One thing to be aware of, at least for me, when I was taking this out of the packaging, was that the left boot was entirely dislocated. So I had to like slide it onto the leg and try really hard not to get it to bunch up. I had to like twist the fabric and bunch it. Hopefully, if you're getting this, yours arrives with the boot attached. The sculpt on the gloves looks good too, because it does read like little fabric. We can see there's little like seams on it. It really does look like, kind of leather has been pinched and sewn. So that's really good work. Yeah, and then also the little details right here on the vest, the little plasticky pieces. The paint on it's really good. The sculpt on that's nice. Same thing with on her wrist. Whatever that gack is, it's good looking gack. More of the texturing on the back, the puffiness at the collar area. Looks really good, and considering it's all white, it looks really clean. Now let's talk about the face. I like what they've done with the face here. I think it's a new head sculpt from the previous New Hope Leia. I mean, it's similar, but I think that one, and I'm no expert, I'm just some schmuck on YouTube, but I do think that one had slightly kind of puffier cheeks. This one definitely has different eyebrows, and obviously, once you get past the forehead, a completely different hair sculpt. But I like this expression a lot. The skin surface looks great. The eyeball paint eyebrows look great. They did a good job with her lip color, or her lipstick color, let's be honest. But yeah, man, those glassy eyeballs look good. I really like how they handled her eyebrows. The nose is good. I mean, the lightness is totally there. I like the little hairs coming down the side there. And then the sculpt is great on the hair. Because for my money, this is my favorite of Leia's hairstyles, and I think it looks just freaking fantastic. I always like that braid going around her head, and I'm very happy to see it replicated in 6-scale form. Good profile there, too. The figure comes with the usual Star Wars display stand, except one major difference with this one. It's got this little paint scheme on it that gives it kind of a snowy effect, and considering this is the Hoth version of Leia, I think that's pretty appropriate. Now the figure comes with relaxed palm hands, but it also comes with this open palm hand, and it comes with a kind of loose grip hand and a trigger finger hand. We also have an ungloved trigger finger hand and one left hand, the kind of grip hand for gripping the goggles, which I'll show you now. Here are the goggles she uses when she's welding. I think they look pretty good. The strap on here is not elastic or anything, and I don't think you can put this on the figure. I mean, you could try to, but I don't think there's enough room here, and there's not enough strap to like try to unthread it and rethread it onto the figure's head. But still, it looks good. It's kind of dirty. I dig that. Here is the welding gun. Nice little sculpt to it. It's very tiny, but the silver looks good. The black looks good. A little rubbery cord, which leads to this box. What a nice looking box. We also get the gas mask, or the breathing mask. This does have elastic that goes around the head. The tube looks good, and this little canister at the bottom also looks good. Lastly, as far as these accessories goes, we have her blaster. Great design on it, great sculpt. I love the ribbed texture there on the handle. The black and silver and the little red tip there look really good. And then lastly, the usual wrist pegs. Pulling the gas mask on over the face was really easy because this is elastic and it has plenty of give. I do recommend you be careful when you're pulling it over the head so you don't mess with the little hair extensions on the sides of her head, but once the mask is on, it does not touch the hair sections, so that's good. This little thing just clips on to the side of the vest really easily. It just has a little clip on the back, and it just plugs on, like so. Yeah, I think she looks great like this. especially with the blaster. Articulation on this is really strong. You can get her wrist and shoulder joints and elbows to move really easily into like whatever little pose you need. So that's great. So I realized that I left the little protective film that goes around the figure's neck on for the entire review, so I've now taken that off. Here's the figure with the goggles right up to the face, and what's great about the articulation is you can bring those goggles up right up to her face with the shoulder joint, the elbow, the wrist joint. It's all really good. One of my favorite scenes in Empire Strikes Back is when she's done welding and Han and her are talking, and my hands are dirty. My hands are dirty too. What are you afraid of? That scene, being able to have that kind of represented in 6-scale form is pretty awesome. Now, ever since Hot Toys announced they got the Star Wars license, I've wanted this figure. Well, I've wanted Boba Fett, which we got, and I've wanted this figure. And as someone who loves this version of Leia, like I said, favorite costume, favorite hair, I think they honored this version perfectly. It's great. And it's got really great articulation. All the joints are really smooth. Like, they're not too tight and they're not too loose. Even when it feels like they're loose, they still hold really good. Everything just moves smoothly. And the boots are awesome because they're made of like a leathery material, so we still get ankle articulation through the leather. All Hot Toys should have leather boots that like move through the fabric, with ankle joints that move through the fabric. It's great. The whole figure looks great. The tailoring's great. The body underneath is great. Like, it's still solid arms, solid legs with like, I think it like a rubbery, at least based on the neck, like kind of a rubbery body, because you can give it a little bit of a squish, and it's not the squish of the outfit. It is a little rubbery body underneath. You could squeeze it in the abs and all that, or the stomach area. The likeness is great. The costume looks great. It's great. Thanks for watching, everybody. And if you want, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff.